Hi viewers, hope you are all doing well. So far we have seen the first chapter, Introduction to Chemistry and Common Laboratory Apparatus and Equipments. Today we'll see about the matter around us. Generally, what does it mean by matter? We may be saying, shall I say a matter to you? That means a message, conveying message or any secret. So, we mean to say message or secret as a matter, but in science, which occupies the space, which has some mass and occupies space is called a matter. Anything that has mass and occupies space is called a matter. Mass in the sense weight, which has its own weight and occupies some space. For example, I have a chalk piece in my hand. If I place it on a table, this chalk piece will be having some weight. And when I am placing it on a table, it occupies some space. So, chalk piece is a matter. In science, anything that has mass and occupies space is called a matter. That mass will be remain same at all the places. Wherever we take the chalk piece, it will have its own weight, same weight. And the pen, for example, pen, book, whatever that is, that the pen and book will not be changing its weight and remains same at all the places. The mass of the matter remains same at all the places. Well, how do the mass maintains in the sense this object will be made up of small particles. We can make the paper into small bits. Finally a small bit, very tiny bit will be made by the atom. Very small particles which cannot be seen by our naked eyes is called atom. So many atoms together forms the molecules. So molecules of matter are in motion. Understood? Very small particles. When we are making an object into small pieces, we can see very fine particle. When we are taking only one tiny particle, that can be further divided into many more atoms, and these atoms, many atoms together make a molecule. These molecules of matter are in motion. For example, even then we are sitting and watching the classes, our inner organs will be working, digestion, breathing. So inner organs, our brain is concentrating what we teach. So in that same way, the molecules of matter are in motion. Very small particles, as the clock, as the watch, timing, that will be keep moving, keep moving, working, keep working to show the timings. In that same way, molecules of matter are in same motion. So further we have said which occupies the space is matter. Then this may be as, for example, I have given you the example as book and pen. Not only book and pen, horse, we can say dog, cat, whatever that is, horse, mango tree, animals, plants, whichever that is occupying a space and have some own weight, its own weight. Those are all coming under matter. So that may be living thing or non-living thing or a matter. So when we are saying living thing, non-living thing, that may be natural thing and a man-made thing, artificial thing. Okay, but the light, sound, heat, this will not be occupying any space and this will not have any own weight. So light, sound, heat will not be coming under object, will not be coming under mass, will not be coming under matter. Understood? Then this, how do we classify the things around us? How can we classify that? This matter means equivalent word of matter in our day-to-day life. We can say objects or we can say things. So matter means we can say objects or things. How do we classify the things around us? We can say, for example, in our classroom, what do we see in our classroom? What are all the objects we can see in the classroom? Bags, yes, books, pens, chalk piece, duster, etc. And water we may be having in the water bottle. So water, some may be having any milk, beverages, juices. So those will be coming under this. And we breathe in. One more thing we have to say, we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. So those will be common name of oxygen and carbon dioxide are air. Air is in the form of gaseous gas. Okay, gas. So the things around us can be classified as solid, liquid and gases. Why do I write this in 3 separate columns? Because these belongs to 3 separate groups such as solids, liquids and gases, which can pour from one another is water, which can take and place, that is solid, and which is invisible to us but we can feel. If I switch off the fan, we will feel sweating, we feel insufficient of air, so we can feel air, that is air that is in gaseous form. So these 3 things are in three different forms, though that is called as solid, liquid and gaseous. Or any other conditions to classify this pen is a solid, this chalk piece is a solid, this water is a liquid. How do we classify whether this belongs to this particular group, solid group, liquid group and gaseous group? We'll see that. Volume of that. When we are seeing the states of matter, we have to see the properties of matters. First one is volume. Shape. Volume is fixed. For pen or book, the volume will not be changed. Weight will not be changing. In that same way, shape will not be changing. Fixed. So liquid, volume is fixed. 100 ml means 100 ml. 1 liter means 1 liter. So volume is fixed. But shape is not fixed. According to the container, that changes the shape. Liquid will have the shape according to the container. So no definite shape to the liquid. Then gaseous. What about the gaseous? No fixed volume and no fixed shape. According to the, if we are filling in the car tires, that will be in the shape of tires, car tubes, okay, cycle tubes, car tubes, that will be in the shape of the tires. If we are inflating a balloon, that will be in the different shapes as apples, whatever that is. Nowadays many toys are available, inflated toys are available. So different shapes of balloons are available. So no definite shape, no fixed volume to the gases. Then compressibility. What is compressibility? We cannot press and make small one. If I take a stone, if I take a pen, I cannot compress that into a small one. So that is not compressible. Solids are not compressible. Liquids also not compressible. If I take a glass of water, I cannot make into a small one. Okay. So for gas, it is compressible. I can change the shape of the balloon. One stage that will be bursting out. Okay. So compressibility is possible in the gaseous state. Then density, it is very dense, close to each other. What does it mean by close to each other? Particles of solid are close to each other, placing very closely, so that is dense. For particle, that is density of liquid, particles of liquid are not much closer as in gases. So liquid is dense but not as more, that is less dense than the solid. Liquid is less dense than the solid. Then gaseous or placing far away from each particle, so not dense at all. We never feel dense one. If I take a small stone on my hand, I will be feeling I have something on my hand. If I take some water on my hand, handful of water, I will not be feeling, as this density is lesser than this solid, I will not be feeling tensed. And if I have always, when we are opening hand, all the places filled with the air in our surrounding, but we never feel our palm is having air. So that is less dense, not dense at all. Air is not dense at all, so we don't feel that. Okay, then packing and arrangement between particles. Packing, it is closely packed in an orderly manner. Okay, it is closely packed in orderly manner. It is closely packed but in disorderly manner, not in order way. So it is like a scattered one, and far apart in the random arrangement. Random, here one, there one, it is a random arrangement. Particles of gases are random arrangement, loosely packed. Okay, so we can say that solid, these are all the conditions. Why should I classify stone, chalk paste, book, computer, whatever that is in solid means that will having fixed volume, that will have fixed shape, that cannot be compressed easily, and have some weight, have dense in the sense, have some own weight. And why this is has some own weight? That is particles of this are arranged in a orderly manner. Understood? So further one we should know intermolecular force. Intermolecular force in the sense attraction between two particles. This is one particle, this is another particle. Attraction between two particles are more in solid. But compared to the solid, liquid attraction will be there, but not much more as solid. Liquid is less attractive force, molecular force. Molecular force of attraction in liquid is less than solid, and gaseous no attraction forces at all between two particles. Understood? So intermolecular force attraction of solid is much more, liquid is less than solid, gaseous much lesser than solid and liquid. And intermolecular volume. What does it mean by intermolecular volume? That means the space occupied by a particular particle will be very less. As it is closely packed, space occupied by a particular particle will be very less. When we see the liquid and gaseous, it will be having enough place to occupy. Here much more place it can be occupied. Understood? If a parent has 3 students, 3 children, there will be that all the things will be sharing between them. So the quantity of ice cream may be lesser to them. Biscuits, chocolates may be shared between the children. In that same way, for liquid, it is like a it will be getting much more, and gaseous more space will be getting there. Here when we compare with this students in classroom, in a 3-seated bench, if one more come to adjust, the space occupied by students to sit will be less. And in that same way, if one more 5th students also come to share a bench, definitely the space occupied by a student will be very less. Individual student will be getting very less. In that same way, in solid, the particles are very closely packed. This molecular volume is less in solid, and liquid, it is greater than solid. Gaseous will have these, each particle will have much more space to move. So molecular volume of gaseous is much greater than solid and liquid. Understood what is said? Then review. What all we have seen in the lesson we will be seeing. Matter means anything that has mass and occupies space is matter. Matter may be living thing, non-living thing, natural thing and man-made thing. What are all coming under natural things? Wood, silk, coal, water, fruits. What are all available naturally? That is coming under natural matter. What are all non-made, that is man-made or artificial things? Plastics, medicines, detergents, ceramics, cotton, gas and nylon are man-made things. So then further one, states of matter. States of matter as classified as solid, liquid and gaseous. Then further in this we have to see what is melting, what is boiling, what is vaporization. The fixed temperature which solid changes into liquid is called melting point. Boiling point, the fixed at fixed temperature, liquid starts changing into gaseous. That is called a boiling point. And vaporization, the liquid state to vapor state, when the liquid changes into vapor state. For example, if we are taking a cube, ice cube, and when we increase the temperature, it is energy plus energy in the sense heat here. When we are applying heat, or when we are increasing the temperature, the solid ice cube changes to liquid. Further, it changes to gaseous. And in that same way, when we are decreasing when we are keeping that in the gaseous form, this is condensation. When we are collecting this as vapor in the container, condensation will be getting back water. Further, when we are keeping it in the lowest temperature, for that lowest temperature we use fridge, refrigerator in the house. When we keep it in the fridge, we get solid ice. So water can be changed in three forms as ice cubes. It's liquid, that is water, and the gaseous form vapor. And on condensation, it will be getting back as water and ice cube. This is known as melting point, boiling point and vaporization point. Then miscible things. What are all miscible things? Which mix with each other when we are adding water to the milk. It will be in the same layer, one single layer we can see. So that is known as, or when we are adding juice, lemon juice or any juice, concentrated juice with water, we will be seeing only one juice only in the glass, or water with the alcohol. We can see that is alcohol. So it will not be in two separate layers. That will be miscible, mixed up with each other, and we can see as a single solution. That is known as miscible liquids. For example, water and milk, water and juice, and water and alcohol. Then what are immiscible liquids? Which do not mix up with each other, and we can see two separate layers. That is coming as, that is known as immiscible liquids. For example, water and oil. When we are taking about 1 ml of oil and 1 ml of water, if you shake well or stir well also, you cannot see the single solution. There we can see as two layers of solution. That is known as immiscible liquid. You can practice this as home. This immiscible liquid we can practice at home in the supervision with the elders. Then assessment. We'll see the assessment part. Substance which can sublime. Sublimation in the sense which can change its shape from solid state to vapor state, solid state to gaseous form. For naphthalene balls, we are using in our cupboards to keep from the moths, to as an insecticide we'll be using, and the camphor while using pujas also will be doing. When we are keeping solid camphor and light the camphor, it changes to gaseous form. Black gas will be evolving out. So this is gaseous form, camphor to gas. We will not be seeing the liquid camphor. That is known as sublimation. The object changes directly from solid phase to gaseous phase is known as sublimation. Example, naphthalene, camphor and dry ice. Then substance which are rigid and not compressible. We can say example as glass, stone, pen, whatever that is. The solid objects we can say, even table, book we can say. Okay, rigid, not compressible. We cannot make into the size into small one by pressing on that. So we can be given. Then what is diffusion? Diffusion in the sense intermixing of particle of two different kinds, one kind with another kind is called a diffusion. For example, preparation of tea. Solid tea powder, liquid water makes a beverage tea. So this is diffusion, the phenomenon of intermixing of two different states, giving us another one is called a diffusion. Example, preparation of tea. Then how is interconversion of states of matter different from each other? For that we have seen that solid changes to liquid and dry ice changes to ice cube changes to water changes to, on heating it gets into evaporation. So during interconversion of state of matter, the substance remains the same, matter changes from one state to another back to the original state. Ice cube changes to liquid water and liquid water changes to gaseous form. When we are cooling that back, we get water, and on freezing that we get ice cube. This is called interconversion of states of matter. Then what is Brownian movement? The zigzag motion of particle suspended in the medium is called a Brownian movement. We may be come across the pollen grains of shoe flower, hibiscus. If you keep that particle on a glass of water, you can see the movement. This particle, pollen grains, will move on the surface of water. This is known as, this Brownian is the name of the scientist. He only found this movement. So this movement is known as Brownian movement. The zigzag motion of particle suspended in a medium is called a Brownian movement. We can draw in any way. This particle will keep on moving on the surface of water. Okay, surface of, here this is not mentioned as water, this is as medium. Understood? Then why a solid does not flow but a liquid flows? For that we have seen solids, in particles of solids are closely packed. So it will not flow from each other, but liquid, it is loosely packed, so it can flow from one place to another, and gaseous, it is very loosely packed, it can easily flow. So liquid and gas have the property from flow from one place to another. So we have a breeze, wind, breeze, and then we can say storm. If it is very strong, we are saying storm. When it is blowing heavily, we can say that is a strong one. And in the liquid, we have to pour water, splashing water. Okay, so it is possible, but we cannot throw the ball on us, or it will get hurt. As the particles are closely packed in the ball, we will be getting hurt if we are throwing it on our throwing the ball on our face. So why a solid does not flow but a liquid flows? In the sense, we want to say the molecules of the not free to move, as it is closely packed, and they merely vibrate their position. But in case of liquid, it's not very closely packed. They do not attract each other. Here attraction force will be much more. We have studied that attraction forces of solid is much more, liquid is less, gaseous is very less. So because of this attraction force, attract very strongly in solid, so it cannot flow from each other. If we are to flow in the sense, we should throw a stone on the other one. We will not be saying flow. That will be throwing, because that hurt us. As the particles of solid is closely packed, and attraction force of solid is much more than liquid and gaseous, solid does not flow, but the liquid and gaseous can flow from one place to another. Then what is water cycle? Water cycle in the sense water from ocean, river, lakes, trees. How do we get water actually? Our own water is going up and coming down. Water cycle, what does it mean by water cycle? The repetition of the cycle in the sense repetition of a process. The water bodies, water will be evaporating and settled in the sky. In the same way, this plants also will be having some water, isn't it? These plants also, as we are sweating out, these plants also will be giving out water. This is called a transpiration. That is water bodies giving water bodies. The water drops from water bodies all evaporated during because of heat of the sun, and in that same way plants also giving out water is called a transpiration. This water will be settling down on the sky and will be condensers. When it becomes heavy, condensers. When the temperature changes, condenses in the sense that when the temperature becomes less, the water particle will become water, and this will be coming out. That is called as precipitation. That will be forming as raindrops, drops of water. That is called precipitation, and again it will be collecting in the water bodies. Again all the water will be collecting, the rainwater will be collecting in the water bodies. This is the cycle. Because of the cycle, the water is maintained on our earth. So we should protect the water bodies clean and safe without polluting the water bodies. Whatever we are doing, that will be going up in the heat of the sun, and we get as water. In the form of rain, we get as water. So if we pollute the water bodies, we will be getting as it rains. That will be collapsing our environment, collapsing our system. So we should protect our water bodies. Then what happens to a metal ball when it is heated? What does this show? When we heat the metal ball, fix the metal ball in a that is in a stand, and when we are heating by lighting a candle or Bunsen burner, it will be start to heated. When it is heated, that is expand. Metal will be expanding on heating. So when it expands, it becomes very tight to the strand. It will not be moving. When we are making that cool, after some time, when we are taking out a burner, it becomes cool and it starts moving in the ring. Okay. When a metal ball is heated, it expands. This can be proven by the following experiment. Take a metallic ring and a ball. It is metallic ring and this is a ball. Try to pass the ball through the ring. Now heat. The ball is able to pass through that. Before that, we are passing through that. Then after we heat 5 to 6 minutes, we are heating the ball. Now the hot ball cannot be move on that. It will be fixing on above the ring. It cannot be passed through the ring. Before that, it will be passing through the ring. After we heat the ball, it cannot pass through the ring. So it shows the metal will be expanding on heating. Understood? Then why does a candle become smaller on burning with the time? On heating a candle, wax melts, isn't it? Wax melts, then turns into vapor. It turns into vapor which reacts with air to produce new substance, candle wax. This becomes candle wax and a new substance, carbon dioxide and water. This is watery one and this is carbon dioxide. The black fume will be there. Therefore, a candle on burning becomes smaller and smaller, and the part of wax smaller and smaller, the part of wax which has undergone chemical change cannot be recovered. Okay, till this we conclude this lesson. Now next we'll see the chapter elements, compounds, symbols and formulae. Okay, bye.